Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lucy the Antigua Tarot. My name's Lucy, and I am here to do your reading for the month of May 2016. This is a 9-card spread, and this is your reading, my dear friends. So it's a lovely reading. You have a lot of pentacles this month. So let's look at your reading. In the center, you have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, and this is you. Coming in to your reading, you have the 3 of Pentacles. And then you have the 2 of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Swords. You have the Hierophant on one side of your center, and on the other side you have the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, and then here at your bottom you have 10 of Cups, and you have the 10 of Pentacles. You have 2 10 cards, and in between them you have the Ace of Swords. Okay, so let's get started with the 10 of Pentacles. Now, this card has been coming up a lot lately for a lot of different people, and it's probably because it's related to work, and we're all working. We're all out there working and trying to make, our work a fruitous and inspirational thing. And this obviously are 8 pentacles that are framing the image of the man in the middle who is working very diligently and very focused. Okay, and he's sitting on this bench, which means stability, and in the background you can see a little town. And what this means is that he pretty much is like separating himself from people, from the action outside, because he wants to be focused. Now, the energy that is coming into your reading, my dear friends, is the 3 of Pentacles. And this card is denoting teamwork, planning, competence, okay, working as a team, coordinating with others, finding all the needed elements, functioning as a unit, getting a job done together, contributing to the group, cooperating, combined efforts. It also implies or is talking to the idea of organizing resources, planning, following a schedule, operating in the know, nailing down the details, reviewing things beforehand, going over possible problems, being prepared. So this is a grounded and practical energy. It's task oriented. Okay. This card could also mean a need for planning and preparation. So perhaps now is not a good time to rush into something or begin a project with only a vague idea of what it's about. It's kind of like telling you to think everything through carefully, go over all the possibilities, and make sure you work out the details, do your homework. And this kind of relates a little bit with this card, because with this card, what happens here is that, okay, so here, you're working very diligently, you're very focused, and you've kind of like, you're on your own, kind of like a hermit, really focusing on your work. You do not want to be interrupted, right? But the problem, which is great, but the tarot is saying that this is great, but you have to remember not to do this for long periods of time. Remember that that it is important to stop, take a break, move back, step back, look at the overall process, reanalyze what's going on, and then kind of like take a break and communicate with people, talk to people, because it's easy to miss steps or details, or once you step back and you look at the overall, task or job at hand, you might realize that you're missing things. Okay, so these two cards are totally related, in my opinion. If you do this, your undertaking will probably flourish. Okay, um, so you have the skills and knowledge you need. You can attract capable people and create a successful environment. So, so this is kind of like telling, that whatever the situation is, it is in capable hands. Okay? But it's also reminding you, and I think because it's at your center too, to be sure to concentrate on excellence in this particular project, or whatever it is you're working on. To be proud of what you do and how you do it. All right, and then you have the Two of Pentacles. And if you look at this card, you can see that this person, this man, he's balancing these pentacles, and they are forming a number 8, which obviously means um, juggling, balancing. And then you have the waves, and even the boats are balancing in the waves in the background. And he's even doing like a little jig there. Kind of reminds me of Mr. Bojangles. He's doing his little jig there, and he's like, he looks like he's very content and happy. Okay, so this is the Two of Pentacles, and it's about juggling, balancing, being flexible, and having fun. So, when you're juggling, you're keeping everything in balance. You're coping with the demands. Okay, that's what this card means. Getting people to work together, making sure all areas are covered. Okay, so it is in relation to your work. This card also, it's saying that you're having a lot going on, moving forward smoothly, emphasizing all aspects of the project equally. In terms of being flexible, it's talking about adapting quickly, feeling free to try new approaches, going with the flow, refusing to let change throw you. Okay, opening up to new developments. Okay, seeing the possibilities of something or someone, handling excuse me, handling challenges and changing directions easily. Okay, and then in terms of having fun, is doing something you enjoy, something that you get a kick out of life, taking time to play, feeling in high spirits, whistling while you work, seeing the humor in all situations, kicking back, kicking your shoes off and dancing like they're doing here. So it's a beautiful card, very positive. So the infinity sign loops around the Two Pentacles to suggest that he can handle unlimited problems. Okay? In the background, we see the two ships riding the waves easily, cruising the ups and downs of life. Very cool. So, when this card shows up in readings, what does it mean? It means that you can juggle all demands made upon you, my dear Pisces. In fact, you will relish the excitement of every hurdle. You enjoy the challenge. If you do not feel this level of confidence right now, this card is telling you or asking you to believe in yourself, that you have everything you need to meet your every goal and even more. So embrace the challenge. All right, so now let's go to your Knight of Swords. And this is an awesome energy. It's Let me put this here. So here in this card, you have the Knight of Swords. Swords are communication, ideas, fast communication, fast ideas. It's a fast energy. The wind is blowing, as you can see, and the clouds are blowing. You know, there's action in this image. There's a lot of fast action. The wind blowing, trees, the leaves blowing. The horse is the hero's carrier, this white horse. And this knight, you know, his cape is blowing, his feathers blowing, and he's going with a lot of energy, and his sword is like, okay, here I come. Determined. Lovely, lovely card. And this card means somebody who, it could be somebody you know who's overbearing or authoritative, who's also like cutting in his communication or her communication. Opinionated. Okay, knowledgeable and logical, yes, but very opinionated and sometimes cutting and unfeeling. So this energy, when you need somebody to defend you to your side, if this energy believes in you, this is a good energy to have around you. Okay, but this is the energy that's coming in. So maybe something has come in, a message has come in. Maybe it's a negative message. Something is happening here really fast, okay? And it's creating possibly some changes, or it's creating that need to really think of balancing. And what's following is the Hierophant. It says here el sumo sacerdote, which is the Hierophant in English. These cards I bought in Guatemala. This is a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and I bought them in Guatemala when I was visiting there in January, and I really liked them because they had the Spanish titles to all the major arcanas and the court cards. So anyway, this is the card that's following your Knight of Swords. Caballero de Espadas. Okay, so this is a direct and blunt energy. It's honest, frank, and outspoken. And it can be tactless sometimes and rude. Gets straight to the point, but may have a brusque manner in communicating. Okay, um, does not spare really what he needs to say or she needs to say, and doesn't really is not really concerned about feelings or how it might affect people's feelings. So he lets you know where he or she stands and can and has a hard time kind of holding back his words. Very honest though. Very, very honest energy. Will tell you, you know, it will tell you the truth. Won't lie. But but can show little discretion at the same time. Okay, so it can be like authoritative and a bit overbearing. Someone who may be speaking with assurance and tends to be a little bit domineering, commands attention, acts with total certainty, gives orders naturally. So when this shows up in a reading, um, it's showing you that his penetrating style is involved in the situation as an aspect of you, someone else, or the atmosphere in general. Okay? So you need to ask yourself, is this night's energy helping or hurting? Okay? Um, if the style is, if this energy, this style of this energy is evident, then balance is needed. Okay? And that's probably why you got this one, you know, the Two of Pentacles. Are you always forcing your position on others? Maybe it's you. Do you get in trouble for saying what you think? Is your partner too cold and aloof? Do your colleagues tend to be critical rather than supportive? It may be time to change. So this could be you or it could be somebody you know. If this night's energy is missing, okay, so like let's say that in this project, something going on here with this, what's going on here, um, and it's affecting other people. So if this energy is missing, a dose of clear-sightedness may be called for. Are you too emotional? Let your head rule your heart next time. Do you over do you overvalue the opinions of others? Trust your own authority. Are you afraid to offend? Speak your mind. Let the Knight of Swords introduce you to his world of reason and self-assurance. And then you get the Hierophant. And this card is about doing what is right. This is a major arcana, the only one you have in your reading, and it's doing what's right for yourself and for others. And when we have to do what's right, it's not easy. We really have to think about what's going on. Okay, it's not easy to just say, well, this is right, and this is, we have to think how what we decide affects others. So you might be in a position of mastery authority. Okay, because this card also is like you're going from student apprentice to master in your skills or career. So you might have some responsibility. You might be responsible for people working, your coworkers. So um, it's suggesting that you delve deeply in regards to doing the right thing. It's a very spiritual card. And this card will show up when you seek a guidance. So it's saying that there will be someone who will come in and advise you, so stay open to it. It's also saying that maybe you want to consider doing charity work or volunteer work or, some kind of work through education, but voluntarily, where you're helping people out, that it might help you get some focus and maybe even meet people who can advise you. And I think that's why you're getting that. Okay, and we did talk about the Eight of Pentacles, right? Hard work, much effort. Whatever you want, you can give, but you have to work really hard at it. Very focused. See things as they are. If you're not getting what you want, it says to step back and take an overall look at what's going on, to see if maybe reanalyze it, because maybe there's something else missing, right? So, and then you have the Seven of Pentacles, and these two are totally related in my opinion, because the Seven of Pentacles is it's like taking a look at the fruit of your labor, the return on your investments, on the things that you've done. It's telling you that you're going to achieve your goals, but it could also maybe be saying that, okay, so this is what I have harvested from my hard work, and maybe you're feeling that, well, maybe it's not enough, something's missing. And that's why I think that you have to really think about how you're going to handle this. Okay, because it's probably going to affect the people around you, possibly. And then you have this lovely card, which is the Ten of Cups. And if you look at this card, you can see like the cups make a rainbow, and there's a woman and a man, and they look, they're happy, and there's a beautiful house in the background, and the children are playing. Yeah, there's right there, beautiful house there in the background. The children are playing. It's a beautiful card. So this card is denoting joy, peace, and family. Now, what does this mean? Well, first there is joy, and then joy goes beyond happiness, contentment, enjoyment. It is a feeling that comes from when we know at at a very deep level that we are one with everything, and that this is good, right? I mean, okay, so I didn't quite get what I was thinking I was going to get, or he didn't quite say what I thought he was going to say, or she didn't really do what she said she was going to do, and I was kind of counting on her. But whether it happens or not, it is all good. It's kind of like that kind of feeling. But unfortunately, this is not exactly a common feeling, right? Too often we are blinded by the trials of life and overwhelmed by their challenges, of life. So, um, but joy is there and it is our birthright. And that's what this card is telling you. So, this card often signals a time of abundance and blessings. It tells you that you can reach for the fulfillment you deserve and it will come to you. Look for ways to realize joy and create peace. You may find the key to happiness in your family. Your family is, you know, those group of people that you are emotionally attached to, right? And so none doesn't necessarily have to be a father and mother. But people you are emotionally attached to, for better or for worse, they're there. They are your family. If there is trouble in your family right now, work to restore the harmony. The time is right for getting closer. It's a beautiful, beautiful card, and this is it's underneath your Hierophant. Be careful what you do, because it's going to affect other people, and you want harmony, and you are the master here. In this card up here, you are the master. But it's telling you, okay, but think carefully what you decide to do to create this harmony. All right, and then here we have the Two of Pentacles, where you have to balance all these different things that are going on. You're working very hard. And then here you have this beautiful card, which is the Ace of Swords. And as we were talking earlier, swords are communications and ideas. You have two sword cards, the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Swords. And this card in particular, it denotes, let's see, mental force, truth, justice, and forgiveness. And fortitude, excuse me, not forgiveness, fortitude. So, so it's about being objective, thinking your way through, finding out the facts, analyzing the situation, using your intellect, applying logic and reason. And though you're balancing all kinds of things and you are kind of like a person of mastery, my dear friends, and you've been working very hard, but you do have to make some decisions, right? I mean, you don't really like how things are working out over here, perhaps. And so you're getting this card. So, if there's adversity, overcome it, right? There could be adversity. You could be facing problems, but you're going to move forward and not let that affect you. That's what it's saying. And it's if there are any wrongs, it's telling you to right them. Again, kind of related to the Hierophant. Champion the cause. Champion it. Do what is right. Establish the truth. Very important, the truth, huh? Maybe this Knight of Swords came with some gossip. Yeah, accepting responsibilities. Yeah. Want what is fair. And then also, dissipate any doubts. What's going on? What is real? What isn't real? See the reality. What is real? What is truth? What is the truth? So cutting through all that confusion, seeing through the illusion of everything that's going on, having clear understanding of what's going on, especially if you're in a position of, authority. Be honest and find what is real. Okay, so this is the card that's below your center. You're being crowned by the Two of Pentacles, which is balancing. Okay, and here, this is at your feet. This is below you. This is maybe the resolution. Ways to resolve the situation that's going on, perhaps. Okay. Sometimes this card, when it comes out, it could be telling you to examine your life and see how this clean, sharp energy could work for you. And clean and sharp because it's a sword, right? Think about your problems objectively. Look for situations that are, unjust or confusing, and resolve to set them right. Above all else, commit to being honest and ethical. Very related to the Hierophant. Completely. Yeah, these two. Totally related, these two cards. So this card tells you that you do have the inner sources to overcome all obstacles and find the truth of your situation. And this is what they're promising you. It's like a promise this card is making you. Beautiful. And then coming out, you have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful card. Okay, and this is the energy leaving your reading, my dear Pisces. Or my dear Pisces. I tend to say Pisces in Spanish and it's Pisces in English, so please excuse me for doing that, my dear Pisces. So this is a card that's leaving you, and this card means affluence, permanence, conventional. Okay, so having material abundance, being free from money problems, yeah, enjoying business success, which is very cool. Okay. Okay, it also talks about permanence, looking for a solution that will last. This is very nice. For a solution to whatever's happening that whatever's going on here, a solution that will last. So yeah, or creating a lasting foundation, because here it's like, any kind of project or work that we undertake or relationship, we're creating foundations, right? So when we're trying to solve a problem, you're to create a foundation that will be solid and that will last. Also, it means having an orderly family life, moving beyond, makeshift arrangements. Okay, nailing down the plan, having a really good specific plan on how to achieve that. It's really great. And it's also a bit conventional, this card, because you're staying within established guidelines. That's what this card means. Proceeding according to the rules, taking part in traditions, becoming part of the establishment, being conservative in that way. Yeah, trusting in the tried and true. Okay. When we achieve material success, we naturally want it to last. That this is the conservative, establishment side of this card, and yeah, it makes sense. So why rock the boat when life is fine just the way it is, right? So this card often stands for conventions, that's why, following established guidelines, and maybe in the terms of what needs to be done here, and what maybe if you find an advisor what they advise, you might use some established guidelines, which is fine, and because this card is promising you success. So my dear friends, that is your reading for the month. What can I say? It doesn't really get any better than that. I mean, it's a lovely reading. I don't really know the details of what's going on, obviously. This is a general reading. So it might not apply to everybody, right? But maybe some things do resonate for you, and they will help you kind of determine what you need to do or what's going on with the energies for the month of May for you guys, okay? Either way, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I give you these readings with all my heart and soul, and I try to do my best, and I really do hope you like them. I try not to let them get too long, so I will say goodbye for now. Have a wonderful, peaceful